Welcome back to the Wolfpack News. I'm Dylan Marcia.
And I'm Austin Cantrell. How was your break, Dylan?
It was good. I went down to Athens and visited some siblings.
That's nice. I went to the beach with Marissa, but
Nice.
yeah.
Well, you guys know what time it is.
It's time for the weekly news. This week, we got a look at National Spanish Honor Society, another edition of Wolfpack Playlist.
And we'll hear what you guys were listening to over spring break. All that more is coming up in just 25 seconds. FCA is honoring all sports teams next Friday, the 21st, in the main gym at 7:45 a.m. Everyone is welcome. Todd Hampton will be speaking and food will be provided, so be sure to come out and support the pack and pack the bleachers for a great morning.
Yearbook is now accepting applications for next year's staff members. You can pick up an application outside of room 1218 and they are due April 21st. Be sure to get these turned in on time if you're interested in joining the club.
While we're on the topic of clubs here at North, we decided to see what National Spanish Honor Society has been up to. They hosted an event to celebrate Immersion Day a few weeks before break. We sent out our producer, Mason Youngblood, to find out more about it. Let's take a look.
On Wednesday, March 22nd, National Spanish Honor Society hosted an Immersion Day event in the Aux Gym.
Immersion Day is basically where we take these 8th grader kids from the middle school. They come up here and we make fun activities for them, for like different lessons for units that they're learning, like the family unit, the weather unit, and like just different verbs and stuff like that. And we try and make it fun for them, like competition. We have like a raffle and like candy for them to win and stuff like that.
The club invited 8th graders from Sammy McClure to get out of class for a while to participate in some fun activities, which helped them practice their Spanish. The activities at the event included musical chairs, face and hand painting, charades, practicing vocabulary with a family tree, and various other activities to let the kids have fun while practicing their grammar and vocab. The goal with Immersion Day was to show the kids that learning another language can be fun.
I really want to like help the kids like know how good Spanish really can be. Like even being in the Spanish classes is good. Like if you just go to like the classes, it's like a fun experience. You get to learn about the culture, the language, and there's like a lot of benefits to learning Spanish, like scholarships and like international opportunities, like jobs, stuff like that.
In recent news, the Paulding County Film Festival is March 28th. North Paulding submitted 7 films out of the total 31 films and was able to take home 9 out of the 18 awards for the films. We asked some of the winners here about their successes. Take a look.
Our film was about 2 Boy Scouts that didn't know what they were doing, but they were supposed to be doing a merit badge class, and they just couldn't figure it out, and eventually they ended up burning down the whole forest. My favorite part of the film was definitely the overall experience. I loved going to the film festival and actually seeing our film get showed and winning all these awards. It was a really good feeling. It felt very paid off.
We won for advanced comedy while winning best cinematography, best performance, and best comedy. The filming period itself took about a week or 2. We had a week where we just pre-produced everything. We ran some blocking. We did some work with the actors, making sure everything looked good, so that once we got out on that one filming day, we just run straight through it and make sure everything runs smoothly. My favorite part was when Pablo was splashing the bucket onto Carmen, because it was a one take that we had for our live action shot of it happening. So just having that exact shot of him getting a full bucket of water and splashing it onto him was a fun thing to work with.
Our film was actually a documentary about a student from our very own school named Dax Krasansky, and he basically makes his own music, metal music, and it was about like how it's not all bad like that, and like the good sides of metal, like how metal can actually be a good thing.
So we actually won 2 awards. The first was Best Advanced Documentary, and that's first place, and the other was Best Advanced Sound Design, which is first place overall, but just for the sound work of the film.
With this documentary, we got to be like really creative with the lighting and like the techniques we used, and I love doing that.
We will publish a link so everyone can watch these films, so stay tuned for that. In other news, we would like to congratulate our very own staff reporter, Daniel Horbeck, on becoming the Georgia FCCLA Vice President of Competitive Events. Let's head over to Daniel to hear about what his position is all about.
My name is Daniel Horbeck. I serve as Georgia FCCLA's Vice President of Competitive Events for the 2023-2024 school year. And this year, my role is to go out to different chapters and different members and talk about the different events that we have to decide the national anthem singers for our fall leadership conferences and state leadership conference and other things like that. So I'm super excited about this year. And if you have any questions about FCCLA, feel free to let me know.
Speaking of great accomplishments, let's head over to Nick to see what all our sports teams accomplished over these past 2 weeks.
Welcome back to In the Den. I am your host, Nicholas Vaughn, and as always, I have some great results for you. Let's start with the soccer team. Our girls soccer team played a great game against Parkview, winning 5-0. Anna Weir scored 3 goals in the first half, which is insane for a playoff game. Our defense played relentless all game, not letting up a single goal. And thanks to Ruby Kelly, our D1 goalkeeper, there's no chance for Parkview to score at all. And even if there was, Ruby was right there to catch it. Easy saves for her all night. Our 4th goal came from Riley Lamb, a great link-up play between the midfielder and that amazing striker. And our last goal came at the very end of the game with Peyton Conti scoring a beautiful left foot goal, drawing the defender in and shaking her and scoring just easily past the goalkeeper. Be sure to come out to our next game next week. There's no time yet since Colquitt County and Campbell have not played yet, but we will be sure to watch their game and be sure to take all our notes down to beat them in North Paulding style. Well, let's go on to the boys. But the boys, before the break, they played their last regional game against McEachern High School, and they won 4-1. Then they took on their first playoff game against Brookwood, and unfortunately, they lost 1-0, finishing the season 8-10, a great run for the boys. Next, we have the girls lacrosse team. They won their last game before the break 12-11 with a close game against Roswell High School. One of the leading goal scorers, as you can see, Camille Kremkall, she was killing it this game. They also played against Marietta High School, and they won 19-5. A great way to scrape off the rust and get into their next game. But before we go there, let's go to the boys lacrosse team. They were able to take on Woodstock High School before the break and won 10-7. They also won against Wheeler High School just earlier this week, 19-0, a big win. But their next game will be an even bigger game against undefeated Walton High School, a rival for us in the first place position in the region. This will all go down April 14th, starting at 7:30 p.m., away at Walton High School, while the girls will play Hillgrove High School at April 14th, starting at 6:30 p.m. So let's send our support. The track team did very well during the Paulding County Championships, with the girls team placing first and the boys placing second. Kaden Terrell and Cindy Boone placed first in the 400-meter dash with a record of 48.2 seconds and 1 minute and 3 seconds. The boys' 800-meter run, Caleb Pritchett placed first with a time of 1:59, and Eric Waltower placed first in the long jump with a striking jump of 22 feet. And the girls, to top it off, the girls' long jumpers swept the podium with Ijoma Ozorumba placing first place, Andrea Lundrum placing second, and Shondarise Lewis receiving third. With all their hard work, they will compete in the McEachern Invitational this Saturday, April 15th, starting at 9 a.m. Be sure to cheer on our runners. Break, our baseball team was able to beat Troy High School 7-5, as well as Hillgrove High School 7-2 in the 10th inning. After a great win, they set their sights onto the new opponents, Marietta High School, which they will play a doubleheader this Friday starting at 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. April the 14th, so be sure to come around and support our baseball boys on. If you would like to be a sports producer like me, stop by room 1316 to get a more in-depth look. Because all you do is live streams, hype videos, you get to go to all games of sports and just have fun. But since I like to do my job well, I plan on going to some of our sports games. But I wonder how the weather would be and how I should dress. Let's head over to our new weather specialist, Daniel Horbeck, to see what we can expect for the next few days.
Hey North Paulding, my name is Daniel Horbeck, and this is the Wolfpack News weather segment. Today I have great results for you ahead of the sports events, so let's see what we have for you this week. This Friday, our lacrosse and baseball team will go head-to-head with their opponents. Expect a cool high of 70 with a low of 55, but there's an 88% chance of thunderstorms. Be prepared for the weather, but still go out and support. This Saturday, our track team will attend their meet at 9 a.m. They expect a hot high of 79 and a low of 59. Athletes, don't forget to stay hydrated. On Monday, expect a high of 74 with a low of 50. And on Tuesday, expect a high of 73 with a low of 50. Those are going to be some really cool days expected for the heat up this week. On Wednesday, expect a high of 76 with a low of 56. And on Thursday, expect a high of 79 with a low of 56. So be prepared. This weather's starting to heat up ahead of the spring season. So that's all I have for you. Make sure you stay hydrated and good luck, athletes. Back to you, Dylan.
Thanks for that weather segment, Daniel. But now we are moving on to the fan favorite segment, Wolfpack Playlist. Let's head over to Marissa Bean to see what you guys are listening to over the break.
Welcome back to Wolfpack Playlist. I'm your host, Marissa Bean. We got a ton of submissions, so let's go ahead and get started. Eni O submitted Mixed Signals, the sped up version by Ruth B, because it popped up on her playlist when she was going on a drive and having a good day.
Mixed signals, they're killing me. I don't know what you want, but I know what I need.
I love just going on drives and listening to music too. Dayton Curtis submitted his favorite song, Lux Eterna by Metallica, because it gets him hyped up for the school day. Hannah McElroy submitted Jesus Can by Austin French because it helps her to remember that she just has to trust her faith. Emily Hodges submitted Only by Lehigh because it is super soothing and gives her goosebumps every time she listens to it. Well, it just got cold. Oh, that's the goosebumps. And lastly, the anonymous sender submitted Honey by Samaya because it is simply a great song. Well, that's all we have for you this week on Wolfpack Playlist. Now, back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Marissa. In other news, we're holding anchor auditions on April 26 after school. No past experience is necessary and it's open to everyone. If you're interested, stop by room 1316 to pick up an application if you're interested in being a part of the team. We're also accepting applications for 2023 to 2024 school year reporters. If you have completed level 1 of the AVTF pathway, stop by room 1316 to pick up an application to apply. Applications are due April 26, so please get these turned on time if you want to be part of the team.
Before we go, be sure to follow our Instagram and TikTok at MPHS_Wolfpack Productions and subscribe to North Paulding's YouTube page to get notified when we go live. We are currently at 1,970 subscribers. If we hit 2,000 by the end of the year, we will select one lucky student subscriber to pie our director in the face. Be sure to subscribe for this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's all we have for you this week.
Be sure to tune in next week, and as always,
That's a wrap, Wolfpack.